touch me. I'm scared. Welcome back to my channel. Have you ever been so gripped with fear that you don't know what you're gonna do? Well, we're gonna talk about that. But first, let's see what we did this week. So why in the world would I want to learn Russian? Well, I studied Russian about 25 or more years ago. I didn't study it very well. I wasn't a good student. I didn't actually like it. And when I graduated from taking that class, I was second from the bottom of my class. That's how proficient I was. That's how good I was. I sucked. However, while I was studying back then, I met some Russians, and back then I met some Russian people. They invited some students, myself included, to a ship, a Russian ship. It was a cargo ship that people live on, you know, anyway. And we had borscht, and they were so nice and so sweet and so real. They were like real people. And this is the funny thing for me. That was like in the 90s. But they were talking and living like they were in the 70s or 80s. Meaning that culture, their clothing style, the language, not the language. They were speaking Russian and I was trying to speak Russian with them. And I couldn't. It wasn't good. But the music, everything was kind of old school. So I went to Russia again, not again, for the first time last year, at the end of last year, right before TOC. And I went to Moscow. Let's be very specific. Russia's big, and there's lots of little places. But I went to Moscow. Very modern city, very up to date. You look at television, 20 years backwards, and old fashioned, in a good way. I like it. Meaning, like, when you look at the comedy, for example, on Russian television, it's like comedy duos. It's like, you know, Burns and Allen. Y'all are too young. You don't even know. I'm too young to even know who Burns and Allen are. All right, let's bring it up. Penn and Teller, Without the Magic. Ann Mira and Jerry Stiller. From the 60s and 70s, Laughing. And one played the guitar. Tom is one of the names. They're brothers. Smothers. Hey, I'm trying to get something done here for us, man. So I went there. I went to Russia last year. Loved it still. Can I do this, please? Can I? Okay. I need to do this, so you need to. Y'all are about to see an assault on camera. Hey, stop it. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Let me finish this. So I went to Russia last year. Loved it. Went to Moscow. Very modern city, but culturally backwards. The music, like the Russian rap music, it's crazy. I'm gonna dominate that shit when I get over there. I want to go over to Russia and be the most famous African-American hip-hop artist they have ever seen. How many times can you be the best in the world at anything? Do you know who the #1 African-American hip-hop artist that speaks Russian in Russia is? I don't either. You will, though, in about a year. and a half to 2, it's gonna be me. So what did I bring with me? Clean off all of this. So I got my Russian short stories for beginners. Grammar, very important. You need to know what the rules are before you can break them. I plan on using a lot of slang in their language, but you can't use the slang. You can, but I'm not going to. You can't use the slang unless you know what the rules are. So, Russian grammar. This is to build my vocabulary, Russian words in context. 2,000 Russian phrases, Russian dictionary, Russian English bilingual dictionary with pictures. Look at that. That's gonna actually be fun. And then, oh, that's my notes. So, let's begin. Hey, boy. So why do I want to date a Russian woman? Well, I explained a little bit of it when I talked about wanting to learn the Russian language. But to be more specific about the women, if you study in general, women are different all over the world, and then within each country, women are different. In the city, they're different. Race, I know that. So sounds like I'm making a generalization, but I guess I am. Russian women are very loyal. They're hard to get loyal, but once they are loyal, they are loyal. Loyalty in a woman is the number one asset that I'm looking for. Loyalty. A ride or die like Fyodor. So, how am I going to get to that? First of all, I'm going to learn the language. Secondly, I'm going to use some tools. One of them is this book by Oksana Boychenko. It's called Russian Allure, Women That Men Live For. I know it's a book. I'm not expecting this thing to be the answer to my prayers or anything. I just like, if my boy wants to be on camera, say something. Okay. I like to know what other people know, and then I can use that information and supplement it with my own information. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read this book on what is written by a Russian woman, so she has some insight. I'm going to read about this. And then I got another tool, kind of a weird one. It's online. It's a dating expert, a self-proclaimed #1 female dating counselor for men, something like that. I'll show you. Take a look.
Hey guys, it's me, Kezia Noble, leading female dating and attraction expert for men. And today in this video, we're going to be looking at playing to win.
I know you're afraid. You're afraid of what your family's going to say, what your friends are going to say. You're afraid if you're making the right decision. Are you going to regret it? Just all these fears, I understand. What I can't tell you is how that issue is going to be resolved, like if it's going to be to your benefit or not once you make the decision. But what I can tell you is that fear being added to the equation is just fucking up the whole thing. Fear is fake news. It is the real, true fake news. I've heard this phrase my whole life. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. I never really considered what it meant until recently. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. After analyzing that for the last 2 years and using it in a way to get over anxiety and my own fear of this, that, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. If you can eliminate the fear of fear, meaning stop being afraid of like being afraid, everything opens up. I guess the question is, excuse me. I guess the question is, if you've got a life decision to make, a big decision to make, and you're going to make the decision anyway, and whether you make the decision or you don't make the decision is going to be made. If you don't make the decision, that's like making the decision. You're letting the universe decide for you. Anyway, whether the decision is going to be made and how it's made, that's all I'm saying. Thank you so much for watching this channel. Why would you watch this channel? But thank you so much for watching. The more you watch this channel, the more people eat. If you're interested in what's going on in my life, my personal life, my music, you can see my personal YouTube channel. The link is in the description. It's mostly Russian, but it's there.